Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Jersey. I'm Stephen Tony, and for my second YouTube video, I wanted to give some shout outs and recommendations to said shout outs to five of the guys who really helped me in wanting to create YouTube videos. And they are Donny, Cinemaniac 77, Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan, Jeff, 101 Bronson, Ramon, the Dutch film buff, and John, Mondo, Chelloveck movies. The links to their channels will be in the description. And so, guys, thank you very much for helping me out with wanting to do this. And I have picked some films I think you guys will like. This will be in two parts. The first part will be group ones, where basically two or more of you will get recommendations of the same title that I think will interest who I've picked. And part two will be single films for one guy apiece. So, anyway, hope y'all guys like what I've picked for you. So the first one is actually for all five of you, and this is the Spanish Jello. No one heard of the Scream from, let's see, I think it's pronounced Eloy de la Iglesia. Yes. This was a film from the mid to late 70s. It's a very good Jello. I actually saw this finally when we had lost our cable overnight, but our items still work, so I popped this into my player, and I really, really enjoyed this one. It's not as controversial as it says here on the back, but the ending is very, very unexpected. I was ultra surprised by the ending. Um, it's fairly conventional for a Giallo, but it is very well done. It is very colorful. It's very suspenseful and intriguing. Basically, this lady here is certain she has seen her neighbor here uh, kill his wife and toss her body down an elevator shaft, and it's basically him forcing her to help him and covering it up, and the ultra strange romance that forms out of it. But like I said, the ending is quite shocking. Not shocking, I'm sorry. It's very, very surprising, but one I think you would all get a super fun kick out of. And it is all region, as it says on the bottom there, for all my friends out in Europe. So that is the first one. And the next three I picked for Donnie and John. And these might be quite unusual picks, but I like them. And the first is The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. This is the film that really got me into Catherine Deneuve. I had actually first seen her in the Jean-Pierre Melville movie, Un Flic, but this made me fall in love with her for life. This is just a really incredible film. It's a musical. Well, it's more like an opera, actually, because every line is sung in this movie. But it's really well made. It's very hauntingly beautiful. It's not your atypical musical style film. In spite of the ultra brightness of every scene, the story itself is just very sad come the end of it. And the two leads, what happens to them is tragic, but it's very much in the vein of opera, so it's nothing to be expected less with. but I just love it. You know, even though it's sad as hell at the end, I love it. You know, I appreciate why it's sad more now, but I have never actually cried at the end of this. You know, it's weird, but, you know, I love it. You know, it's a great film. Donnie, I know, loves musicals a lot. And John, I know, would get a kick out of the colors of this. It is just vibrant. Every color pops. Like, you know, it is just a wonder to the eyes, all of the color. But like I said, you know, sad, but it is totally worth viewing. And of course, for the beauty that is Catherine Deneuve, this is available singly or in the box set, the Essential Jack Demi, and thus goes for the next two picks. But you know, it's like you know, fun. I enjoy it. Sad, but it is a wonder to look at. Okay, and the next pick for Donnie and John is another musical. This is actually a more traditional one. The Young Girls of Rochefort with Catherine Deneuve and her real life older sister, Francois Dorlec. This is actually a more traditional Hollywood style musical. In fact, Jacques Demy even hired a Broadway choreographer to do this for him. And it's very jazz age, all of the dancing, like almost kind of modern. But it works too, but it works like really well. You know, I mean, like it is just loads and loads of fun. It is the perfect love letter to musicals in Hollywood of the 50s, especially. Mainly the 50s, because Gene Kelly also appears in this as an American living in Paris, who is stuck on a girl of his dreams. But yeah, like, you know, it is just major fun. I mean, it goes into dancing probably every, you know, few minutes, but it really works. The pace isn't slow, and it is just it is just fun. There's like really no other way to say it. It is just fun. It is a cotton candy film at its finest, you know, and it's worth it. You know, it is really good. You know, Donnie, like I said, loves his musicals. And again, John, the colors will just blow you away. You know, all of it's beautiful to look at. Like, it is just fun. Oh, yeah. And the story is pretty much just a slice of life in a small suburb in France. You know, it's all set around this carnival, especially about these sisters here, played by Catherine and Francois, who are looking to become specialists in their respective fields of dancing and music, and just all of the people encountered in the village, from their shop owner mom to close friends of the family to a sailor who's also a painter poet, you know, and of course the enigmatic Gene Kelly, playing a sort of lighter version of himself, you know, but like it is just fun. Like, it's cool. And the final pick for Donnie and John is the musical Donkey Skin. This is a fairy tale turned on its head. It's still very much in the tradition of your standard fairy tales, but it's done with a lot of pop and a lot of, effort. Like, it is just like, you know, it's fun. You know, it's weird at times, but it is such a throwback to the old school stories of the 19th century, late 18th century. And again, it's got Catherine Deneuve in it, her final musical collaboration with Demi. And she is this princess who, with the aid of her fairy godmother, runs away from her father, who's been misinformed about, well, I don't want to give too much away here, but he's about to do something that would ruin both him and his daughter. So the fairy godmother hides her away in this special skin made from a donkey hide that makes her look like a commoner. And a handsome prince ends up falling in love with her, like in any fairy tale. And it's also fun. It's a bit weird at first, but by the end, you're like, wow, this is a fairy tale done right. It is just like, it's really good. And again, Donny loves his musicals. John, it's a color extravaganza. You all will enjoy this. I'm sure of it. Okay. And the next two picks are for John and Carlos. John, I know you and your wife, the Debs especially, likes martial arts style stuff. Well, this is a Japanese samurai film. There's no actual martial arts in this one, but it has got impressive swordplay in it and a great performance from Toshiro Mifune, heralded by the great Akira Kurosawa's direction and screenplay. And to Carlos, this was Sergio Leone's template for A Fistful of Dollars, which he actually stole scene for scene of in making it. And of course, Kurosawa sued him and won. But it was pretty much the template for what we got later in the Italian-style westerns. So, but it is Kurosawa at his most playful, his most storytelling best, and it is probably his best samurai film, I think, even more than Seven Samurai or Ran or one or two others. I had loads of fun the first time I ever saw this in full, and I still have fun. It is probably my favorite film of Kurosawa's overall. So, John, I think you and your wife will enjoy this loads. And Carlos, this started the trend of the Italian West. So I hope you guys would like this a lot. And the same goes for the second pick. Kill. This stars Tatsuya Nakarai. I hope I pronounced that right. Who is the bad guy in Yojimbo. But here he actually plays the Mifune part, and he does it really well. I always knew him for playing these kind of stoic, sometimes crazed characters, but he does the anti-hero very, very well. He really surprised me. He did an excellent job. Definitely not as good as Mifune, but he was really, really good. I was really impressed. And it's fairly similar to Yojimbo. There's this clan war happening, and this one during Samurai ends up helping out a guy sent to clean up the town. Just the, typical fun story. It has been ages since I've actually seen it, but I remember being just very entertained. Really fun stuff. This was actually inspired by the Italian westerns, mainly in Nakatai's look and the story mode. But it is just loads of fun, loads of swordplay, shot in glorious black and white, as is Yojimbo. But it is, it is a fun time. It really is. It's just got all of the right flavors. It's good. Okay, and the final picks are for Jeff and Ramon. Now, I was having a hard time picking for them at first because I wasn't sure if there was anything I have that either of them haven't seen already, but I ended up finding two, and the first one is the late 70s swashbuckler, The Black Corsair. Now, I do have to say that this German media book isn't English friendly in language or subtitles, but from what I recall Ramon saying in an early video of his, that the people of Holland learned German along with some other language in school, and this does have subtitles in German, so hopefully Ramon, you and Jeff can still enjoy this even though it's not English friendly. This is a cool throwback to the Errol Flynn style stuff back in the day. It's based off of a novel of the same guy who did the Sandokan stories that were made in the 60s. In fact, Kabir Bedi, who is the star of the film, also played Sandokan, I think either a year or two earlier or a year or so after this. And he kind of became anonymous overnight with the character. It's a little long, drags a bit, but overall it's a really neat story. It's about the hero's revenge against the guy who killed his brothers. And the villain is played by Mel Ferrer, who's really great as the villain, actually. It was shot on location, I think, out in somewhere in the Mediterranean, I believe, or somewhere near where the story takes place in the novel. But it is just I had fun. I really enjoyed this. I don't need to pop hit in again. And just for anyone thinking out of curiosity, I actually have a pretty okay grasp of the Italian language, so I can kind of watch. Excuse me, I can watch these without subtitles if I have to. It's not easy at times, but I understand enough of it to be able to understand the gist. And it's actually a pretty cool book. It's got the two DVDs here, the film and the extras, and the Blu-ray is right here. Yes, it is. But it's a very cool release put out by Koch Media, which is now play on pictures, actually. So this might end up being something of a collectible in the future. So yeah, like that is the first pick for Jeff and Ramon. And last but certainly not least is the Sword and Sandal classic, Romulo e Remo, with Steve Reeves, the guy who started the peplum trend in Italy. I know some of them are sort of hokey at times, but this one, I haven't watched it in full yet, but the little I have seen looks really good. It's very historically accurate to the time it's set in. And this one is English friendly in both audio and subtitles. From Mr. Ulrich Bruckner's company, Explosive Media. So, you know, you're getting a fine deal with his product. So, but films like this one and one or two others are really worth buying. And I just thought that both you, Jeff, and you, Ramon, would like it a lot. So I do hope that this looks cool enough to you. It's about the founding of Rome according to the myth of these brothers, Romolo e Remo, and how they formed the country of Italy, and how one brother ends up sort of turning on his brother. I don't want to give too much away, but it's got plenty of action, plenty of drama, and is just a good popcorn style film. So, and that's really about it. I hope everybody liked this one. Donny, Carlos, John, Jeff, Ramon, I hope you enjoyed my picks. I hope you guys do decide to check these out. Should you ever choose to. Thanks for being my friends, all you. Thanks for helping me to find the courage to actually do YouTube style content. And I will be back with part 2 of this recommendations vid. Thanks.